So I guess we'll start with Ziffel.
Putting him on the spot, I see.
Oh, come on!
Yeah. You know why you're here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up loving Sonic Riders, and I've played it for like 14 years. I didn't initially have it on release day, but I got it about a week afterwards. I found it at a Blockbuster, and rented it. As much as I love Sonic Riders, I could never really get anyone to play against me ever. Mainly because I had completely mastered the game in a matter of weeks. Or so I thought, at least, at the time. I tried getting everyone I could to play it. I eventually popped in a Sonic Riders stream, hogging off about how much I actually appreciate this game and saying that it's one of my favorites. And I was linked here. I did actually find out about this place earlier, but I kinda thought Netplay was garbage at the time via Dolphin. I thought it was just a lag fest and would desync constantly.
Well, it is a lag fest with some people.
Yeah,
But it doesn't
especially like
desync.
European and people, depending on where you are, at least.
It can be bad. It's fine.
Exactly.
Was I supposed to say anything about after how I got here? I don't remember.
Yeah. How you got here? How you met the devs? I guess if you can say anything about that.
And Knuckles.
Fordham was actually the first person I ended up talking to in the server.
Yeah, cool.
Ford was actually VCing that time, which I found out later was really unusual. We talked for like 3 hours, and I found myself pretty attached to this place really quickly, actually.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Vaughn was probably one of the second or third person I met. Protag, I didn't actually meet you until like the third day I was here.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
I met Crystal the third day he was here as well, and I made him a chick magnet, to say the least.
Whoa!
You know that's true though.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but damn.
Thank you, Sigma.
Sigma, you're making me jealous.
Very valuable contribution.
I know, right?
Um,
Like now I know my wife would never be real. That's a big issue.
That
But
is a big
yeah.
issue.
Since I've learned to like write hex codes and whatnot, and I've been trying to do my part and even like helped Vaughn start a ZG server, which now Yacker holds the ownership of for reasons. But yeah, I think I've found my place here. I'd like to think anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Jake, unrelated, but just remember that shirt to bribe me with Nepneps to throw in the tournament.
What?
It almost worked too.
He tried to bribe me with Nepneps in DMs to throw in the tournament as a
Oh,
joke.
that meme.
Yeah, man. Good shit, Ziffel.
Alright, I'll try that next time.
Who's next up on?
Well, it didn't work.
It almost worked.
Who we passing the mic to now?
Yeah, who's going up next?
Or
I thought we
Jake?
passed it to Sigma.
Oh, Sigma. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sure.
We're trying
Okay,
to reverse chronological order, so yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I joined this server originally back in April of 2019. I was still in the 8th grade at the time. So I discovered this mod through a YouTube video. I forgot it was like some dolphin tutorial. It wasn't like the Netplay one that Protag made. It was just some random one. And one of the games that the guy had was Sonic Riders Netplay 1.1.2. And I was like, this is interesting. It's a Netplay build, but I'm like, what's different about it? And I didn't really pay too much mind to it. So I was like, oh, this is cool, I guess. And eventually, it just popped into my head. I was like, you know what? I'll check this out. And so I joined the server in April, as I said before. It was just so surreal because I was like, holy shit, there's like 500 people that still play this game, and competitively as well, is what surprised me. And so I remember Sparkletron was net playing along with Comic Sandwich. Now,
He's gone.
Sandwich, to say the least. So I jumped into the voice chat with Sparkletron, and I was like, "Hey, if you guys want, I can. Is it okay if I can play?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's fine." And so I thought I was hot shit, pretty much, and I was like, "All right, I'm about to smoke these fools." And I was the one that ended up getting smoked.
I mean,
And,
Protag still thinks he's hot shit, so it
and
balances out.
then I realized I was like, "Damn, I'm gonna have to step my shit up real quick." And so over time, I just got to know the devs more and more. And yeah, overall, this place has kind of become like a home to me on the internet, really. I think of all the dev people here as family, really, and it's just like I care for all the people here. So it's really special to see how fast this server is growing. And overall, it makes me really happy to see tons and tons of people getting into this game.
Yeah, you performed amazing at the tournament, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, man.
Yeah. I was
All right, who we
impressed.
passing the mic on to?
Good question.
Okay.
Who knows?
Vaughn?
Oh, is the cane there?
Yeah.
Maybe Forden if he can.
What's good with you, Sakan? I'm interested in hearing what you
Yeah, I'm
guys
here
have
if you need
special.
me.
What
Hey,
do you
how's
got
it going?
about your backstory, Sakan?
Tell
My
me your
backstory?
story.
Give us your backstory on Sonic
Sonic.
Riders.
Oh,
And
hello,
Knuckles.
stream. I'm Sikian. Most call me Scion. I found out about this wonderful server through some friends over at the Battle Cross Fever server. They have their own game, Sonic Battle R. Great game, not so great physics. Try it. I was just there one day and they linked me, and I was like, you know what? Finally, people who play this game from 2006 and are not afraid of these, like, you know, I guess middle of the line complexity of the game. Because admittedly, it doesn't really teach itself to you quite well outside from the tutorial, and that puts a lot of people off. And it's already, you know, like a 7-ish out of 10 game, so you know, not too much reason for anyone to get invested into it like right off the bat. But I'm just glad to see so many people who gave it the same chance I did, and have spent so many hours on it. And, you know, my motivation for the game was like, there's a particular not really a ramp, but like after the dip in Metal City, you can do a jump there. Can I get an X-rank trick there? And that's why I played the game that much, because tricks are like my big thing no matter what. And now these guys were like teaching me like, oh, you know, you can skip the map if you just clip through this wall collision. It's called the volcano dip. I'm like, that's jank, but it's cool. And you know, I haven't really been part of a competitive racing Discord. I've just been in competitive Smash and like fighting games, but like the sort of tech that you learn in a racing game in a community is vastly unique and just different, and it's so much fun to have all of you guys come together and share your optimizations that together make one excellent run of a lap. So I guess I'm just glad to be a part of the action, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
That was a
Hell
great
yeah.
speech, man. That was a great speech. I
Works
came
for
from a
me.
fighting game background myself, actually.
You're on my face.
Before,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
before I was playing Riders, I was playing a lot of like Naruto, Gekito, Ninja Tyson 4, Smash Bros, and a lot of Melty Blood as well.
Pog.
Super pod.
If I need to read anyone's speeches off, then I can try or whatever.
Dude, I would have written one down. Damn it.
People write down speeches. Wow.
Some people do.
I would have if I knew you guys were gonna have me pour my heart out.
Yeah, sometimes you just show up in high school speech and you do a speech.
Go
about
ahead,
flat
Forden.
Earth with, like,
I'll
note cards.
I'll read it out.
How do you feel?
While he writes that, why doesn't someone else go?
Yeah,
Let me get to it.
yeah. Let him get a couple
Has
paragraphs.
Yaku gone yet or no? Or who hasn't gone?
But Protag is a good storyteller.
Yeah, type that up in MLA format for me.
This is in high school
Okay.
English class, dude.
Yeah, so I'm Vaughn. A lot of my friends call me Vaughn. I go by Odd Eyes Vaughn here in the server.
Yeah.
I dropped into the server on January 11th of 2019, so I've been here for over a year. I'm the birthday boy of tonight. In about 10 minutes, I'll be 20, and yeah, I mean, let's go. Since we're talking about birthdays, let's go back to my 7th or 8th birthday when I first got this game. It was. I fell in love. I was in love with Riders as a kid. Zero Gravity as well when it eventually came out. And not a lot of people, and it seemed that not a lot of people played it. So I feel like everyone has that same story of where they loved the game. It was underrated, but just not that many people around their area played it. So the fact that the server is a thing is like miraculous, and really grateful for that kind of thing. But yeah, when I first came in here, I absolutely wanted to contribute to the server. I was in I just got out of a bit of a tough spot in my life, and I wanted to find a bit of a vision with myself. So I applied myself to contribute to this game, and along with my dev team here, we all have our strengths and our shortcomings, and we always look out for each other. We make sure that this server is standing on all 10 toes tall, and yeah, man, the project has been a source of like many. It's taught me many different things. It's allowed me to learn like Zithel said, a bit of hex coding. I've gotten better with some video editing. Like I've learned a whole bunch of stuff along the way. I've gotten better at the game, and I'm out here competing in brackets and teaching people that they can newcomers that they can come in and that they can have a similar experience to mine. That's one of the things I'm grateful for. The fact that newcomers, such as Nade earlier on stream, can come in, and we have the resources available for them to practice and become one of our top players. And the fact that we have that is just amazing. And yeah, learned a lot from my fellow devs, and I'm gonna keep learning and gonna keep growing with them, no matter what happens.
Oh yeah, dude.
Well, who's next, ladies and gents?
Oh yeah, Fortin's typing up his essay right now.
Looks like Fortin's almost done.
Nico,
Fortin.
I think.
Nico's reconnecting right now.
Yeah, he's rebooting. Yeah. All right, so it's all you, Air King.
We didn't even start. Okay. So, I came into this server. Well, actually, let's start way back. So, when I first got Sonic Riders, it was about the same time we got Animal Crossing for the GameCube. That's not important part, though. Aside from my brother had a much better memory card than me, and he also got a memory card for Animal Crossing. But my brother was always better at me than racing games. Nowadays, of course, he doesn't play really video games with me too much, but I'd swamp him in this game, trust me. I know all the skips and stuff.
Probably. It's pretty safe to say.
Watch him beat you again.
He won't beat me.
He's really been keeping up with the meta.
I mean, he's got a crappy laptop, but one tournament I did play his laptop on some Wi-Fi, but I was the only person on the Wi-Fi, and I won that Arcadian. But I joined the server back in 2017. After one day I decided to replay Sonic Riders, and I thought, this game could be competitive. So I googled it, and I found Protag's signature video where he's playing Slide Booster Knuckles, Metal City, just talking about how this game can be competitive. And there was a Discord link, and I joined the server. And that was late 2017, and it would be like early 2018 when we come out with the first Netplay patch, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Protag's passive-aggressive tutorial is how I found this server, by the way. I forgot to
He has a really
As long as we're all on the same page.
But
Oh wow.
after that, things are kind of a blur. But then there was a time in like 2019, like basically late 2018, 2019. I wasn't really in the server. I was going through stuff, and when I came back, like summer of 2019. I saw we had a second division of the dev team, and I didn't know what was up with that. I really wasn't kept up, but
Yeah, that's actually when Nico came in. I decided to make it.
But we started working on the second patch, and I have nothing but gratitude for the lab rats that helped make the testing happen for this.
Hey, what about me? I taught you how to hack.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. So Yacker and Sewer taught me how to, how to do the coding for this game, and eventually, much later, I was taught how to do the assembly hacking. And so you guys are gonna see some really cool stuff for next patch. Okay, look forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
Air King did not want to use the lab rats at first. He was just like, no, these people aren't good.
What? No. What do you mean? No, okay. I gotta correct the record here. What I wanted to do is I wanted to iron out the things so they could do more of the fine tuning. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
I
I brought up the concern that we should be training the lab rats to get to like a sufficient level of testing, so we can have like good data, I guess you could say. And Air King was on board with that, right? With the idea.
Yeah. He eventually came to it, and he's been using them very well.
Yeah.
So great shit for everybody. Who's
I was actually the original rap, the original tester. I used to run all the gears.
There was a time when I was the only lab rat. Rip.
I know, right?
So, Borden's done. I'll have to read this in like. Hold up, there's a hair in my mouth. I'll have to read this in like an Australian accent.
Oi, mate, go for it, mate.
All right. I joined the server in early 2018.
Holy shit!
Holy shit, that's mad good.
Let him go.
Like the HB with infinite slide booster and that 30-minute video on talking about how easy is Sonic Riders by Protag after searching for days on Sonic Riders multiplayer. And I was very interested because I never knew that Dolphin games could be played at MP through Netplay. And then I saw Riders being able to play through Netplay, and that convinced me to join the server. And being in the server really convinced me to speedrun the game. I've uncovered so much in the game that I would have never found if I didn't join the server. And with that, I became one of the best ever. Lamau. That aside, I love the community, I love the game, and I loved every minute being in the server. At the King of Games, Don Mate.
Wave laughing.
On the mate.
Protag done, mate.
Ford is actually one of the people who kind of like trained me in a way. He was like my first sensei when I got here, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and he's better than Protag.
You know something? He was such a sweetie when he first came into the server. He's like, Protag, you're so cool. I really appreciate everything you do. And then now he's just he's just like, Protag, you're washed. You're leaving good, kid. You can't even beat me. Why are you doing this to me?
I mean, after that bracket, are you sure you're not?
How are you gonna treat your dad like this?
Oh my god.
Yeah, Forden, rate my Australian accent on a play.
My literal son.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, that Australian fucking impression was amazing.
I was like, yo. Does he not always sound like that? Wait a minute.
My balls of
I never
steel
had an
dropped
accent.
during
This
that.
I've always kind of talked like this my whole life. Of course, my voice hasn't sounded like this my whole life, but
Your voice sounds malleable.
Chat says, yeah, that's what an ego does to you.
That's what he does. Yo, facts.
Yo,
that works out for Protag, yeah.
You're gonna have to establish dominance.
We need more Australians on the dev team because these people are fun. You know what? No, we need more black people on the dev team. I'm the only black guy on the dev team. Wait, no, Dyer.
Yeah, I got an education.
Dyer is here. Black. Yo, Sakin, you trying to become a dev?
Yo.
I'm just a kid. But
Yo.
who's next?
Wow, Protag, that's a decent time with that gear. You should show the real potential of that gear.
Cannonball.
Yeah, show
play
it
it on
on
set.
road.
Ooh, did I play this bracket?
Have Sewer show off the true potential on Second Carnival and Illusion.
No, I don't even think I played at this bracket. What the hell?
Yeah, I was confused, Protag, why you didn't play your baby.
Yeah, probably because I couldn't attack.
Partially
An
your fault.
oversight,
fix
which
that.
will be fixed.
alright, who's up next? Who are we passing the mic to?
Let's see, who's left?
Jake, probably?
Probably me.
Jake, Yacker, and Sewer. I'm not sure Sewer or Yacker explained their stories.
Yacker came here before me, so.
Alright. So my starting with Sonic Riders goes way back, and I don't know what year, probably like 2007, 2008, something like that. And I had a lot of fun playing this game when I was a kid, but I could never get past Sand Ruins and Hero Story. So I dropped it until like, I don't know, 2013 or so. And then I got interested in speedrunning it, and I never really made it that far. I found the Sonic Center and saw that Dark Spine Sonic had all these times. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be that guy one day.
He's in chat.
I know he's in
Just
chat.
letting you know.
So I think the best I ever got was on Babylon Guardian, where I like tied 8th place or something like that. Or 8th place, or whatever place at the time. It's 8th place now. That was in my college years, and I was really enjoying Sonic Riders. That was like in 2014. And then, come a few years later in 2017, I get interested in like doing runs of this game again, and I come across this server. And at first I'm like, man, this server is fucking dead. There's no one here, so I left. And then I think I rejoined again, and that's how I got into stuff with Protag and Sewer and Yacker. We had all our fun times together in 2017 with all the karaoke night with My Sweet Passion.
Oh no, we're singing My Sweet Passion at 6 a.m.
It was like midnight or something, and it was just me, Yacker, and
For me,
Sewer.
it was 6 a.m. Yeah, we used to sing My Sweet Passion.
And it was...
And Protag couldn't handle it. It was just so good.
Come to think of it, everyone for karaoke night is here basically. It's time.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
time.
No. We'll
No,
up the stream with it.
I
Not
think
for
we're
the
all
stream.
a little exhausted. So.
Oh, come
After
on.
the stream. The stream's gonna... Right.
Like, I want to have some
Years.
ice cream. I can't leave right now. I gotta listen.
Alright, so
Good night, dude.
there was also some fun stuff that Sewer and I did with Sewer, working on like the PC port for Sonic Riders, and he was doing some weird funny stuff, and when he got Netplay working, I like helped him a lot with testing stuff, but fortunately the PC version
That was
had a lot
Yacker. I
of
was
these
helping
things.
Yacker do it.
Oh, you're helping Yacker do it? Oh.
Yeah.
The old PC Netplay was my map.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey.
It's pretty good for what it is, though.
It worked.
It was pretty bad. It had a lot of networking issues because I didn't really understand networking that well at the time. But
Didn't even sync
Well, it
the menus.
functioned. I remember playing a 5-player game, and we all had our own screen.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
we
pretty-
did have a 5-player
We did.
game.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Wait, really?
It was amazing, yeah.
Yeah, but then when it got to six players, it just dies.
Oh yeah, it did break at 6 players. I remember that. It just stopped working. I don't remember
That was
why.
just bad use of TCP. Don't mind that.
So one of my favorite memories from doing the PC memes was the foot races I did with Sewer. I don't remember, or it might have been Yacker too, but I remember doing a lot of foot races where we just had no air. We were just running through them. We were running at like 300 speed or something ridiculous like that. It was
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous.
If you want to relive
speed
that,
cap.
just play test level.
Just play test level.
That's level.
If you want to play that PC mod, anyone, it is present in the Discord. Like, it's still
It's
there.
like way up there in
Very
the pins
broken.
and under
But it's
resources, I
very
believe.
old and it doesn't work that well.
Yeah,
I have it. I can
Yeah.
probably just get it to you.
yeah.
Oh wow,
Alright.
Nico's alive.
Jake, do you have the famous clip of clipping through a wall on the ramp? I would like people to see that. That's
The
your
one
most famous clip.
that is
yeah.
my most famous clip. So another fun thing we did in Netplay with Sewer and Yacker. Air King was in the call too.
I don't
But
remember. He was
basically-
actually.
Sewer or Yacker, I don't remember who made it, but someone
I
made
made
a
a code for a 1-frame slide booster, so you could just
one
spam
frame
booster
slide
efficiently.
boosting, so you just spam slide boosting. Here, I'll post it in the chat right now, this video.
No, it's not going in the mod. Don't ask.
It's not going in the mod.
I'm going in the mod, dude.
We already
Basically-
reduced it from 8 to 7. Okay, it's good.
During that race, I ended up clipping through the ramp before the final jump in Night Chase. I don't know why that happened. And then about 20 seconds later, Sewer clips through
10.
the wall. Like 10 seconds later, he clips through the wall in Night Chase.
Hey, Protag, show that on stream.
Uh,
It's one of the most famous clips there are of this game, honestly.
yeah. Can I have it? I don't know if it's pinned.
It's in chat.
It's in Twitch chat.
Here, I'll
it's
DM
in
it to you.
Twitch chat. Oh, I see it.
Alright, you got it.
Yeah, let's show everybody.
But yeah, we were screwing around and I figured out how to change the time you need to change to do a drift boost. So, and we got this amazing clip.
What?
Where one of us clipped through a ramp, the other one clipped through a wall.
Oh.
I clipped through the I literally...
Oh my gosh.
I
I believe Series Player 2.
What? Yeah. I clipped
They
through
just
that
kinda-
for a wall. Who knew I clipped through a wall? Just imagine having a ramp clip and like 8
Ow.
seconds later something
A wall
clips through
clip.
a wall.
I have no idea.
Come back here,
This
Yaka.
goes to show how jank this game actually is.
Nope.
So fast forward a little bit, I kind of lost interest in Sonic Riders for a little bit. So I, regrettingly, left the server just suddenly. The dev team, I was on the dev team for a little bit, but I left the server, and then 2 years later, I'm back here. Or not 2 years, but more like 3 years later, I'm back here, and I got back into the group with everyone, with Yacker and Sewer and all the people that are new to me anyways, and I'm really grateful for you guys welcoming me back with such open arms, and it feels great to be back. Like, honestly, you guys are amazing people.
I'm glad it feels good. You know, I'm glad we're still the same. You know something? I don't like treating people like strangers just because I haven't seen them in a long time. Like, you know, you came back and you were like, "I'm sorry, I came back." I mean, like, I'm sorry, like I was gone for so long. And I was like, no, and we were just in voice chat, like shooting the shit, like almost as if you never left in the first place, you know? So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm glad everyone's doing so well, and that we have a lot more new people in the dev team.
Yeah.
But you're not escaping it. We're doing karaoke right after stream.
Hell yeah.
Please no.
Also,
And-
Protag,
and-
what happened to
and
that
we're gonna be
red
in public voice
electric?
channel, even better.
Yes.
Red
Is
what?
there anyone in public VC right now? Oh, there's tons of people in public
There are
VC
a
right now.
ton, yeah.
Oh,
But what
no.
happened to the red electricity at the start gate? That used to look better.
Oh, I'm using Vortigons
What
right
happened?
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
The alpha looks wrong, but eh.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The one I'm using right now is the electrical gate for ZG.
Oh.
Yeah. The thing about ZG's electrical gate is that it actually has one more frame in the animation, so it has 3 instead of 2. Yeah, so it does look a little bit off. I had to choose 2 of them.
I thought I had seen 3 frames in the rip.
No.
No.
It's only 2.
Alright, Nico, explain yourself. How did you join the server?
Oh.
Nico,
I think
Nico.
one day I was just looking for netplay for this game because I was like, man, this game was fun back in the day. I remember being reasonably good at it. I mean, I beat the Yup. story mode. But... And then I joined the server after digging around a little while. I found videos of Protag and Yacker playing Yakker's old netplay build, and there was a link to the server in those. So then I just kind of hung out in the server, not talking at all for a bit, and the first time I remember actually talking was when Protag was lambasting the PS2 version of Heroes, and I'm like, that's the version I played.
Make me vomit. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I was like,
I
the
can't
reason
tell
why.
the version myself.
Yeah, I told them.
I
the
owned a
reason why you don't
PS2,
like
not a
Heroes.
GameCube.
Same.
Same.
you
I
played
grew up with the
PS2?
PS2 version.
Yeah,
time.
I played PS2
I
version of
grew
this game too, by the way.
I grew up with the PS2 version of Heroes, and not only that, I grew up with the PAL version of Heroes, and the PAL
Oh,
version
God.
of Heroes
no.
is great because, well, PS2 Heroes
Do you have a
first
50
runs on a
hertz
frame
television or
skip,
a
which
60
means
hertz
that instead of 50 hertz, I run it at 25 hertz, and there's a
Oh,
bug
no.
in the input code in the PAL version of Heroes, where if you press a button, it will register twice. So if I press jump, it will just take me to a jump dash straight away.
What the fuck?
You know. So if I ever needed to chain hopping attacks, I was basically dead. Like
Interesting.
end of
no.
Mystic Mansion.
Not Mystic Mansion.
And
Also-
even better, a PS2 version of Heroes has a frame skip when you're playing in 2 players. So if you play the PAL version
yeah.
of Heroes in 2 players, you play at 12.5 frames per second.
What? Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah, I
awful.
noticed the frame dip when I played multiplayer, but like going back to it now, I don't know.
I
It
fixed it in
doesn't.
the PC version.
It doesn't feel like 30 to me. It feels higher than 30.
It's a frame skip. It's a frame skip. Like game logic still runs at 60, but it just decides to render every second frame.
Okay, yeah. So the same as Forces on the Switch.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nico.
Fixed it in the PC version though.
I don't actually know how I got around to modding the textures. I think someone was asking for a modification to the HUD because the widescreen looked bad. Or something. So then I slapped together something quick and Protag was like, I'm gonna make you a dev, and then things spiraled. And then I made like a bunch of HUD textures and then I just kind of stopped and now we're here.
Oh yeah.
Because my life has been like...
All right, we
Woof.
got 3
Lately.
people left on spitting some facts. We got Rev, Yacker, and
Yeah.
Steve. Who's up next?
Technically me, but since Rev came in here and he joined later.
Yeah,
so I'll
Rev
let
wanted
Rev
to make
do
it short.
Oh, right. Doing that.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Hey, man. So, it's actually almost been a full year since I joined, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
The year anniversary, you could say.
Yeah, I know, it's coming up. It's a little bizarre. But, let's see. I walk in, the first thing I do is mention VG.
No,
Alright,
we
Alright,
can't
we won't talk about it. Moving forward, time skip. Unrelated. You can see that in the OVA. We'll post it later. So,
You can see that in the spin-off OVA, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah.
The 1996 OVA released in 2
OVA.
parts.
Dude,
Uh,
each episode.
okay.
Each episode.
By the way, you know what's also part of the OVA? That's not going to be released on this stream? Turning characters.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just in case anyone
That's
wants
not-
to
know.
I was
a little
about to
too
mention
soon.
the great Songwriters Discord war, but nah.
That's a
We're
little
not about
too
to
soon.
talk about the ZG comics.
Alright. We won't
Yeah.
mention
Comic Sans.
time skip. Okay. So, I'm pretty comfy. I'm like, alright, I'm doing my shit. I'm thinking, it's the easiest way to build clout in here. And I see a lab rat roll, and I'm thinking, hard. So I hit up Protag, I'm like, hey man, I see this lab rat roll. You wanna like, cop it for me? He gives me some work. I do it. I get the roll. I build some spreadsheets. I stop giving a shit about maintaining them. And at some point or another, he's like, "Oh, here's second dev." And I'm like, "I don't know what to do with this, but all right."
Everybody didn't want to do the spreadsheets.
Wasn't I helping you with those once?
Oh yeah, you were. I had to transfer it from from Excel to Google Drive, and the functions weren't.
Oh god.
Yeah, that was.
I do know how to
A
do
massive
functions
pain
better
in
in
the ass.
Google though.
This dude Rev, bro.
Okay, listen. I've contributed by making textures and helping with miscellaneous stuff.
Yeah, you helped with you helped dump for the
I
texture
did help
library.
you with the texture library.
Both texture libraries
were
actually.
were you the one who got saddled with the folder management?
Initially,
did.
however, I managed to dodge a bullet and not have to do it.
I organized the folders. Stop trying to take my credit, Rev.
I
remember
did dump
Rev?
the folders when he did
Yeah.
ask, but he did organize most of it. wow, play better. Like, I'm just saying, like, there's a
This is
car
the
there,
person-
obviously.
This is the person who
And you're not a
forfeited
power
last
type
time.
anymore.
So,
Protag.
I
Hey,
think,
good,
no.
good.
yeah, that's about it. And then here we are currently. Unrelated, I'm actually working on a quote-unquote texture project behind the scenes.
This is what I have to deal with.
I haven't told anyone about it yet. I'm kind of just announcing that. So
Wow.
soon. Resident
I've been working on a texture pack myself, actually.
Oh?
I gotta make a Vrain's texture pack pretty soon so that Air King can bug me about it later.
I mean, we've already got the turbulence.
Yeah. Yeah, I got something going for the character select too, but that's
So,
how.
that,
Yeah, I
that
need
is
to
my
modify
origin
the
story,
character
I guess.
select so that the cursors
Oh,
are round to match the
Protag.
new character select. I didn't know that had happened.
But yeah, Rev, what's good with you? Is that
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
is that the conclusion?
I think that's, yeah, I've said my part.
All right.
Oh, wow. And
We
that's,
will get
that's-
around to posting the OVA link at some point in the Discord, but I'll let y'all know.
I didn't even know there was gonna be an OVA made.
You-
Oh, well, there is now, because this guy was like, no, chill. So I
Yeah.
was like, alright, fine.
No, because you were trying to bring up old stuff.
It's
That doesn't need to
old.
be brought
It's it's irrelevant now. That's
Yeah,
why I was
it's
gonna bring it up.
funny.
It's just a joke.
Someone asked who's animating the OVA.
Horror free.
Oh my god, Tori,
No!
But I'm not. But guess what? I'm not paying for it.
It'll never get done.
Oh, chill!
I didn't want to be rude, but I was gonna be like,
Oh,
oh, it's gonna take a year.
Alright.
The OVA too.
Alright. Cut it out, man.
That is going in the OVA. Chill out.
It's coming
Oh,
to the
you
beat
guys.
episode.
I should be quiet though. It's...
Alright, now it's Sue's turn.
Now,
For me, it's actually an interesting case because
Oh,
the way
you've been
I
here for
got
like
here
3
actually
years.
ties in with my adventures in Heroes. Believe it or not,
Wow.
I
remember you talking.
actually got here on the same month that I started the Heroes hacking server. And that was before I wrote any tools. Like, that was before I wrote any tools, that was before I wrote mod loader, that was before Heroes Big Box, that was before even the Heroes custom stages were possible. Like, the only thing we had back then was just custom object layouts. So you know, I'm just like talking to my Brazilian friend Igor Ciabra 4 about making cross-platform tools to work with Heroes, and an old member of the server, Hydro, comes in, says, "Hey, there's this Riders server. I think you'd be interested."
Oh.
Knowing that I'm pretty good at games, and I'm like, "Sonic Riders? I haven't played this in like 5 years, but I love this game." So, you know, so you know, I got linked Protag's famous video of the High Booster Head Infinite Air, and a link to the community. So you know, I came in here. I found Protag, I found Yacker, and even some people that are not here anymore, like Game Master. I got accustomed to them, you know. I knew the basics of Gecko coding, so I wrote quite a few codes in my early days. Although these days I mostly don't write codes, I just test them and just help others with miscellaneous stuff. As I just, you know, work with other stuff and don't have that much hands-on experience. But back in the day, I wrote some Gecko codes. When people like Eric King joined, I taught them directly or indirectly how to code. Like with Eric King, I taught them the basics and gave him help throughout. And then Eric King told Ziffle, so by extent, I taught at least the people on the dev team.
Yeah, y'all should teach me at some point.
Eric King only taught me one thing.
Yeah, me too.
I learned everything else on my own.
Same here. I knew some binary and like I started fucking around with like the hex and then like Air King directed me to the data sheet. So. But
yeah, in my case, like I was just told there's a writers community, and I'm like, there's a community for this game. Like I know the speedrunning community, and if there's anyone who would know about such community, it will be the speedrunning community because you know Riders is like a game where you go fast, but. You're looking at Sonic the Speedrun Discord, there's the latest community, and I'm like, oh, okay. I come in and there's like 100 people. No, not 100. Like, I come in, there's like 25 people, not that many. But eventually, with time, the server grew larger and larger and larger, and now we're at 3,000, one way or another.
Mm-hmm. Yo,
Like-
Sewer, did you come in here before or after you beat at a specific boomer's top time?
I think it was after.
Oh,
Okay, now here's the important question. Did you come in here before or after Protag's search for the Holy Grail, i.e. the weight stat?
Wait, stat.
We found it. We found it.
We found the
I
weight
was-
stat.
After I joined here, we proved that the weight stat doesn't exist. So yes,
But then we found.
I helped prove that it doesn't exist.
But then we found a different weight stat. With the help of
The
turning
weight stat doesn't
characters.
exist.
Poggers.
Pretend that one doesn't exist, okay?
We found the weight stat in CG.
Because yes, in the dawn of the server, people thought there was a weight stat, and if you had a lower weight, you could do tricks easier. But that's just bullshit.
Yeah, it's placebo.
It was old people's guides and stuff.
Yeah. There is a weight stat, but only affects one part in the game, which is the
Monkey
Sega
ball section.
Carnival. Yeah.
Monkey ball section.
Character, for some reason, yeah.
If you set your top speed very, very low and you go in the monkey ball section, the table will just turn instantly.
Wait, what?
Upward. It'll turn
That's
upward.
hilarious.
It's like you have negative weight.
Yeah,
Huh.
All right, Yacker, your go.
it's stupid.
Hey, Yacker, it's your turn.
Alright, well, you know, I have my, I have a little friend group, people, you know, I do stuff with online, and, you know, every now and then we get into Sonic Riders. You know, we'll play it for like a week or so, and then we'll move on to other stuff. During one of these such cases, good friend of mine, Hydro, Sewer mentioned him in his story. He links me to this video.
Or he.
No,
I don't know,
Protag's a he.
forgot. I think
I
it's
mean,
she.
not Protag. Hydro's a he.
Oh, it is? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hydra's a dude.
But,
Oh, man. I've been mistaken for years. Now I feel
Let's move
bad.
on now.
Oh, that's a yikes.
yeah.
Yikes.
But
Let's move.
and so
I just
he
assumed
links me.
somebody's
this-
gender and we're not attack helicopter. Like, what is this?
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Get
So
on
he
with
links
the
me to this video by Protag discussing how Sonic Riders is a competitive game, and I couldn't tell you the specifics of the video, but I do distinctly remember some discussion about the weight stat.
Yeah, we thought it was real.
Yeah. So,
It's just not the way that we think
yeah.
it would.
At the time, I was making a little AR code for, you know, use with my friends with the game. So, you know, I hop in the Discord because, you know, it's interested me. I wanted to see what was going on. Like, you know, so I posted up my code, you know, and around then, the dev team was initially formed. It was, I want to say it was after Sewer and Game Master PLC joined.
Yeah, I was in the initial team, day one, yeah.
Yeah, so back then, I believe it was just me, Protag, Sewer, Game Master PLC, and Uncle Punch.
I could have sworn the dev team came about after I joined. Like officially.
When did you join?
Like,
After me. You joined after me, I think.
Yeah, let me look at the.
That's the weight
I don't
stat.
know. That seems
Looking
awful.
Ages.
I remember the dev team being formed like only a month or two after I joined. You joined a good few months later. Yeah, back when I joined, it was actually February of 2017. It's kind of crazy. to
And
think
I
I've
came in
been
April.
here for 3 years.
Actually, no. I came on the last day of March.
Yeah. So I think it's wild that we've still been doing this for so long, and we have so many people now that are interested in the game. I think, like, I know that most of the people here probably don't even know who I am, apart from the Darkness guy and my name. because
Fuck Yacker.
admittedly,
Yacker, I would go with Yacker. He sucks.
He sucks.
admittedly, I'm not the most social person. You know,
It's an
I
inside
don't
joke.
talk a lot.
Jacker's awesome.
But no, I
We know who he is. You gotta respect the joke, you know? You started this Protag.
I mean, yeah, he started the competitive Bakugan server. How could we take that?
How can we take anything away from him?
Competitive Bakugan.
Now Yakker's going on. He's gonna do bigger and better things. Let me tell you. Bakugan Battle Brawlers coming soon.
Yeah.
Ladies and
Sonic
gentlemen.
Journey.
Competitive Bakugan.
I'm looking in the first dev team chat. The chat room was opened in November, end of November.
Oh la la.
Is that roundtable or?
Treasures.
Oh, treasures. Okay.
Yeah, late November 2017.
yeah. So you know, back in the day, I helped do some of the original reverse engineering that got us to where we are now, like you know, finding stats and such. And of course, I also did some dabbling with the PC version, but you know, admittedly back then, I wasn't the best at this whole, you know, hacking thing.
You think I was? Nah.
Nah. Like, honestly, a lot of the heavy lifting was probably done by like Game Master PLC, Uncle Punch, and Sewer.
I still don't even know where to get started sometimes on some things.
Yeah. But you know, I also admittedly go inactive for long periods of time, so I'm not always here. But
noted that.
Yeah, I can't believe ZG brought you back and then you carried the entire project.
He's still carrying it.
And
He
he's still
is.
carrying it. And Knuckles.
Join the ZG Discord. Do it.
Join the
Yeah.
ZG Discord if you're a newbie.
Yeah, it's Time Trials of Friends.
Yeah,
Deluxe.
you can find it. You
I
can,
feel like
Hey,
Uh,
we're talking about Jet Set.
I feel like ZG's easier to get into.
it's
Personally,
easier, but I think
that's how I
OG has a
Yeah.
higher skill.
I started out with
cheating.
CG personally, but then after that I got the hang of Riders, and I was like, this, the original one at least, and I was like, this is so much better than ZG. Screw that game.
At the same time, we're working on increasing that skill ceiling. Yeah, Yacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can boost in ZG now.
Wow.
It
And
has
everyone
player
can slipstream.
Yeah.
There's actual player interaction now.
interaction. And then there's Padlock.
Say the famous words, Sewer.
Time Travels with Friends. That's what it used to be.
Yeah.
But now it's Time Travels with Friends Deluxe.
Yeah.
Except it's actually better on like SADX compared to SA, you know?
Alright, so, who wants to do
Continue.
an Uncle Punch impression?
I don't know what Uncle sounds like.
has Uncle Punch
Okay,
responded?
Protag can probably do that.
No.
I can imitate Uncle Punch.
Oh, come on, I want no,
Don't,
I
no,
want
don't
it.
try. Don't
Why-
No, I was just gonna say why y'all playing this game's Kirby
Hey,
Air Ride
Kirby's
is
Air
better.
Ride.
Yeah, Kirby. Air
Yeah,
Ride's
right?
I'm
Nice.
Melee and Air King is like, where's that code you're supposed to send me? Doesn't say anything in DMs. Still silent.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah.
Here, I have a pretty good impersonation. Oh, sorry. I'm getting pinged in the car server.
Alright. Listen, Uncle Punch has done a lot for, well, a considerable amount for the early stages of this project, and he did it because we were such good friends, and he helped me out.
He started on the music code.
So even though he's not like nearly as active now, it's all right. I'm sure, you know, he was the boosters to the rocket that
He
you
was
know,
the dash panels.
and now I'm in space, so I don't need the boosters anymore, you know? Is that a good analogy? I don't know.
No, not really.
No, not really. Okay.
What are we supposed to be then?
Well, you're all on the ship.
We're
we're the-
asteroids.
We're
So,
the computer room.
Wait.
You're the
Fine,
computer
the
room.
computer room.
if we're in the ship, Uncle punches the thrusters. Who's like who is the ship?
All
I
right,
guess
listen,
the question.
I didn't think really. I
Protagonist.
didn't think too hard about this.
Congratulations.
All right, Protag, go.
Protag, go.
Okay. Well, where do I start?
Oh.
Find the computer room.
That is not a good way to start.
Yes, sir.
That's part of the PCR. So now you know where to start, Protag. Just go find the computer.
Yeah.
Find the computer room, but it's the white stat.
Well, I played Sonic Riders in 06. My mom actually bought me 3. She's like, "What do you want for Christmas or your birthday?" I forget which one it was, but I was like, "Just get everything Sonic. I want everything Sonic." So
Oh, no.
I got Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic
Ooh,
Rush,
baby.
and Sonic Riders.
Good picks.
Yeah, and I had
I
fun
mean,
with.
Rush is good.
I had a
Rest
lot of
them,
fun.
Nah.
I had a lot of fun with 2 of those games.
Only
Yeah.
2 of them were good.
I wonder which one
Yeah.
you didn't enjoy.
What? You want to
Oh,
1v1 me Shadow on stream? Damn, son!
Damn, son.
That could be an interesting idea, but yeah. So I played Riders. Never really got far in it because I wasn't really. When I was a kid, I sucked at video games like real bad. I never beat Sonic Heroes story until, my God, like it must have been 2012 because I didn't realize, like I 100%ed all the stages, but I didn't know like how to proceed to Metal Sonic. But I just accidentally pressed right one too many times and then I found him. Yeah, that was pretty funny. But anyway, fast forward, I'm like 10 and my parents go on vacation. I go with them and I'm in the hotel and somehow I build a rapport with one of the employees who works at the hotel, and they give me their PS2 and a whole bunch of PS2 games. So like for the rest of the trip, like I was like, keep me in this room, I'm trying to play PS2 because one of those games was Sonic Riders. And that's when I actually like got kind of good at Sonic Riders because I completed the entire game in that room and I 100%ed everything, got all the medals, got Supersonic. And I actually didn't know that Supersonic was in the game at that point. So like finding out, unlocking him and like, you know, realizing that he's in the game was awesome. Yeah, he was, the person who gave me it was like really generous. He didn't like, I guess he didn't have anyone else to give it to. So interesting. Yeah. And then fast forward to 2016. I'm like deep into competitive Smash. I'm loving it. I'm competing. Like I'm going to locals every week, and I meet this guy named Mikey Mike. And Mikey Mike, he's like my brother, bro. He's like my best friend, like one of my best friends, even to this day. And he was like, "Yo, let's start playing Sonic Riders because this game looks kind of cool." And I was like, "Yeah, like let's do it." I used to play this game a lot, and then like we started playing, and I realized like he was bodying me, and I was just like, the things that he was doing, it like blew my mind. Like instead of like getting all like, "Oh, that's BS," like how are you doing that? I was just like, I was so surprised and like amazed that like you can do these certain things and the game can be played like that. And then like quickly we started grinding and I started getting a lot better and I started like holding my own against him. And then as we were playing, his brother got involved, and the 3 of us would be like, we would hang out like multiple days a week practicing the game. And then that's when it occurred to me, I was like, people online hate this game. This game, like, everyone says that this is awful or something like that, or it's at least a mixed bag at best. But like, if you put in the hours, people like us are able to like see the beauty in it. So I was like, well, we play Smash a lot, and that's the reason why we found a lot of this stuff, because this is the way that we dissect games. And it just clicked in my head, I guess. I was like, wow, this could be played at tournaments. Like, this is a legit game for tournaments. And then I made the Facebook group, and quickly after that, the server. And yeah,
I forgot about the Facebook
group.
group.
I made the Facebook group. The Facebook group came first. Yeah. I started posting a couple videos on my. I didn't know like what to make it about. So I just posted Sonic Riders content because I thought it would be cool, like just gecko codes that I were able to get my hands on. But the first, like, I guess the defining video was me and Mikey Mike talking about how the game can be competitive and how, like, in-depth it can be, and the potential that it has as a competitive game, as an esport. And that's apparently,
these days.
yeah, according to, yeah, it's really outdated. But, yeah, it's definitely how it pulled some of you guys in.
Yeah, I think that's the video that I was sent.
Yeah. I got in the server, and I didn't initially. It took longer than I thought, but we got like on track, and I never really expected that it was going to be like this big. I just thought like, oh, I just want to share my love for Sonic Riders, and I want to play online with people who also see Sonic Riders for what it is. Yeah, and then like I found Sewer, found Yacker, found like all these great people that, you know, are like-minded, and clearly you all have great judgment, you know, to play this fantastic game. So I guess you know, bring, you know, but
I remember that time where you beat Yacker in the finals of Tournament 1, and when I joined a couple of days later.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And in the next tourney, I bopped you.
Yeah, I got wrecked.
And then you've never lost a bracket since.
Yeah,
that he was in.
That he was in. But yeah, I guess I'll leave it off with an interesting tidbit, because I don't want to say too much. I don't want to keep you guys. I never really had, like, I guess you would call it talent, right? I guess I was never really good at anything naturally. I always had to bust my ass to get half as decent as someone else, except for one thing. And people throughout my life have told me this multiple times, you know, throughout periods, I guess. And I've always remembered, like, I made like a tally, like every time somebody told me. They said, like, you're able to touch people's hearts. You're able to, like, get people to listen to you, I guess, and like join your cause, if that makes any sense. You have like charisma, I guess they were trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that I'll agree on, that I naturally have a knack for, because I was able to bring all of you guys together, explain my thoughts. You guys all agreed, and I was like, okay, what can you guys do? You presented yourselves, and I was like, okay, Yacker can do this, and this is how he's gonna do it. Sewer can do this, and this is how he's gonna do it. And it all just came together. You know, Jake was really supportive, especially when Nico came in. He was like trying to be like my personal assistant. Like, I really appreciate that. Yeah, he was really trying to get the ball rolling, and he helped out with a lot of organizational stuff. Air King, when he came in, we butted heads a little bit, but I think.
Oh boy, do I remember.
Yeah, I think Air King, especially now, is very, very valuable source of filtering. You know, makes sure that everything goes right, goes smoothly, and he's like, you know, he does a lot of the heavy lifting. I appreciate that. You know, Vaughn, he's we've built a great friendship over this time, especially with all of you, but yeah, but I really have this eternal debt and connection to everybody, I guess. So thank you for being with me throughout this time. I appreciate everything you guys have done, I guess. And I hope you guys stick with me. You know, you have faith in me, I have faith in you. We'll keep moving forward. You know, I mean, why the hell do we have to stop now, you know? We're gonna go to the stratosphere with this thing.
Hell yeah.
Through the stratosphere.
I mean, considering the server size, literally like quintuple.
Like a week or two ago, we were talking about 1,000, bro. We're like approaching 4,000.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Crazy.
It's blown
like,
up.
what did I do? What did you do? Well, clearly we're all together. You know, we've become more than the sum of our parts, and together we were able to do something.
Can show the world
incredible.
what we can do.
Yeah. Sonic Forces style. We like. What was it? What is this? Like a hextuple boost?
I mean,
No
like when
more.
I joined, there were only 400 people, and I didn't join that long ago.
Yeah, I remember when there
I
was
think
only
there were like 200 when I joined.
Yeah.
There were about 20 when I joined.
Less than 100 for me, like probably around 40 or 50.
Yeah.
Heck if I know.
That was for me.
A very small number for me.
I didn't
Fair,
remember-
when you came in here, there were at least 800.
I don't even remember exactly how I even met any of the dev team people because it's like it all just kind of happened, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, when we're all just like hanging out in public general chat, like we're gonna interact with each other, I guess. It's like bound to happen. Yeah. So
Yeah, it just kind of happened. So, like,
anybody in the
Protag is like a
server, yeah, anybody in the server, don't be afraid to like just chill out in general chat because we're there, you know.
Yeah, you
So-
got
And Knuckles.
over almost 4,000 people to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes-
just like be chill though.
Yeah. Sometimes it can get crazy because there's way too many people in voice chat at times, but you know, we try to get to everyone.
Only thing is just try not to be a dick. Really, that's all I care about. Honestly, I don't mind if you just make edgy jokes or anything. That's what I do.
Well said.
I mean, yeah, you like Vaughn, and Vaughn's literal spirit animal is infinite, so. Yeah. It
I don't
took
even
me a
have a
minute.
spirit animal.
Fuck.
I was gonna call him a Doug Pie, but I guess that works too.
Okay, Rev.
La, la.
Okay.
Oh yeah, past midnight, so it's Vaughn is officially 20 now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everyone,
happy birthday, Vaughn.
So,
Happy
is it
birthday.
karaoke? Is it
Thank you,
karaoke
guys.
time, everyone?
Oh God.
Definitely
Alright.
not.
Close out the stream.
I'm dead.
This-
Wait a minute, it's my birthday. I picked the music and the singer, and I
Okay.
Wow. Not
and I
the full.
say,
Alright. Now you're entitled.
and now I say, Yacker, you're soloing and singing "My Sweet Passion" on stream. Once again.
Okay, works for me.
Alright.
No.
It's been really
Wait, what if I go to bed? What if I just leave? You can't stop me.
I'll
Bye,
ban
Air
you.
King.
Well, what if I make mac and cheese? You can't stop me either.
I'm finna start
if I
a
use
mosh pit
darkness?
right now, dude.
All right.
Love
Well,
mac and cheese.
anyway, guys, it was, you know, thanks for having us. Thanks for sticking with us throughout all this time. And if you're interested in our passion, what we do, you could join the server.
My sweet passion.
If you're
Protag
interested in
Sweet Passion,
karaoke,
yeah.
join us. We're gonna go to a public chat room soon.
We're going. Yeah, we're going in a chat room right now to sing karaoke.
Our
Thank you everyone for joining in here.
Sweet
Our
passion.
sweet passion.
Yeah.
Enjoy the stream. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I personally had a blast doing this.
Yeah.
Pretty much sitting on my ass all day playing Riders.
Oh my god.
Overall, it was
Can't get
a
much
really
better than
big
that.
experience, and overall, I'm honored to have been playing in this tournament, and I'm especially honored to meet all of you guys.
I'm still depressed because
Um,
we're fucked up.
20 of you down. I love you all. You guys are all family to me. And yeah, let's
Yeah.
keep this all going. It's gonna be fun.
I think what you just said, Sigma, you speak for everyone.
Yeah.
I feel the same. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Until the next stream.